Hi, here we are, our last lesson for the week, Roots and Radicals, notes number 4. And today we are doing division of radicals. And we're going to stick with just a monomial denominator. That means there'll be just one radical in the bottom. So exciting. Okay, so there's two different cases. The easiest case is where the bottom radical will divide evenly into the top radical. Now that's super nice because in radicals, if you have a fraction, you can't have a radical left on the bottom of a fraction. No. So like if we look at this first example, I'm going to first look at the coefficients. Does 6 divide by 2? Absolutely. It divides in there 3. Oh, I have to use the pen. It divides in there 3 times. Now, does 20 divide by 5? Sure does. It goes in there nice. It goes in 4 times. So see how that's 3 radical 4. We know that radical 4 is not simplified, so that's really 3 times 2, where the whole answer to that problem is 6. Poof, the radicals went away. Let's try the next one. Okay, so 5 does not divide into 1. So I have 1/5 left because it doesn't divide in there. But 3 divides into 75. 3 goes into 75 25 times. So this is like 1/5 radical 25. But radical 25 is just 5. So 1/5 of 5 is just 1. So this whole problem turned into the number 1. That's so fun. I made it that way. Okay, now let's check out the second case. Oh, look, bad teacher. I wrote case 1. It should be really case 2. Okay, so now the numerator not divide by the denominator. Like if you look in the first example, 18 does not divide into 8. That just doesn't work. So we have to do something called rationalizing the denominator. Now, I like to look at both the radicals in the top and the bottom and see if they simplify. So, radical 8 is really 4 times 2, right? And 18 is 9 times 2. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, this is kind of fun. If there's a radical 2 on top of the fraction and a radical 2 on the bottom, if you divide them out, wouldn't they just cancel each other out? Because a radical 2 divided by radical 2 is just a 1. Genius. Those are gone. And now if you think about it, what's the square root of 4? 2. So this is really 5 times 2 on top and 4 times 3 on the bottom. Well, 5 times 2 is 10. 4 times 3 is 12. And if I'm simplifying this fraction, 2 divides into 10 5 times, and 2 divides into 12 6 times. So that whole problem, which looked really ugly in the beginning, is just 5 6. That was fun. Let's try another one. Whoa, that's a big radical. Don't panic. It really means the same as radical 2 over radical 3. Now, big red flag. Cannot have that 3 on the bottom of the fraction. That's a no-no. We're going to do something called rationalizing the denominator. We're going to multiply the top and the bottom, the numerator and the denominator, by the radical that is in the denominator. So we don't care about what's on top. We only care about the radical on the bottom. We're going to need to clear it, so we multiply it by itself, or simply thinking of getting rid of a square root, we would switch it or multiply it by itself. So now on top I have radical 6, and on the bottom I have radical 9. But radical 9 is really just 3, so this whole problem has become radical 6 over 3. And it's simplified because the 6 does not break down with perfect squares, and there is no radical on the bottom of the fraction. Wonderful. Let's try another one. Oh, shoot, there's a radical 10 down there. Can't have that. So that's naughty. We're going to multiply the top and the bottom by radical 10. So this is really radical 10 over square root of 100. But the square root of 100 is 10. So it's 4 radical 10 over 10. Now don't get crazy and try to take this 10 and divide it into that 10. This guy's in jail and that guy is not. But you can take this 4 and this 10 and simplify them. They're on the outside of the radical, so they can be simplified as coefficients. So now it's 2 radical 10 over 5. And that's my simplified answer. Let's check this next one. Does 3 divide into 28? Bummer. However, do you remember the rule for exponents when you're dividing? You really subtract them. So now this problem is radical 28x over 3 gives you 1x left on top. Now, is 28 simplified? No, that's really 4 times 7. I'm going to keep the x there. And that's over radical 3. Nobody crosses out, but it's 2 radical 7x over radical 3. Now, can I keep that radical 3 on the bottom? No. So I have to multiply top and bottom by radical 3. 2 radical 21x over square root of 9. Well, what's the square root of 9? Just 3. 2 radical 21x over 3. And that's our answer. Now, your homework on this assignment has a little division, a little multiplication, a little simplifying square roots, and a little simplifying cubes. It's kind of a nice wrap up for the week. Enjoy, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Because finish homework assignment, then you're done for the week. Bye.